Hi guys, welcome to another video, and it is very warm. We are at the UK Summer Prepper Meet 2021, and yeah, everything's been set up. Had a pretty good journey down here. For those of you observant, that is a different car to the Berlingo which I had before. I think Russ, you asked on a previous video what had happened to the Berlingo. Had I changed the car? Yes, I have. Long and short of it was pretty good for going camping, but not great as a daily driver, and didn't particularly want to run two vehicles, so I changed it, and that's a Skoda Octavia. So yeah, running pretty well so far, happy with it. There's already quite a few people here at the Prepper Meet. For those of you who didn't see the video last year, it's being held again at Church Farm, which is in Ardleigh near Stevenage in Hertfordshire here in the UK. I made it down here for, as I say, around about 2 o'clock and got everything set up. I have gone for the Dutch Army two-man tent again with the British Army basher over the top, and yeah, in truth it's been a while since I set it up for obvious reasons, everything that's been going on recently here in the UK, so yeah, I'll spare you the outtakes from that on this occasion, I think. But yeah, I've got a pretty standard setup as always, got the car loaded full of food, beer, grub, everything. So here's to a good event. As I say, it's on to today, Saturday, Sunday, and then everyone departing on the Monday. Enjoy the video, and see you soon. Well, as you can see, we're having a little bit of a drizzle at the moment. You can't beat the British weather, but so far, he says, I've not had any issues with the tent, so that's a good thing. But I managed to have that steak, which was something, because I'd have been a bit miffed if I couldn't have done that. I've got the old Gore-Tex on as well, so when I do venture outside, it'll be all good. Morning everyone, and it's the morning after the night before. Yeah, it was a little bit wet last night. The setup took a bit of a hammering, as quite a lot of people's did as well. And yeah, I think after that it was a case of getting everything back together. My basher had come down, and so thanks very much to Gary, Mark and Scott, Wessex Blades, for lending a hand to sort of re-erect it and put everything back together. Additional pole across the back, so it's now attached to the roof bar on the vehicle. But as I say, this is the nice thing about the Prepper Meet. If you ever come down and you know, you're having a shed collapse or tent collapse, whatever, there's always people to help, and you know, everyone helps each other out. So I think once that happened and everybody was back on their feet, so to speak, I finished the tea, which I cooked that steak, and that was very nice, and then had a few beers, a few more beers, and yeah, didn't get any filming done. It was just the evening spent chatting, catching up, and just having a good old time. So this morning slept like a baby, woke up, I've just done the washing up. Yes, I am the scummy one who didn't do the washing up. That's bad drills in it, but my bad. So everything was stuck like the brown stuff to a blanket onto all the pans. So I've done all that, got all that put away, and yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a mooch round. So we are getting a few spots of rain now, but hopefully it's not going to be anywhere near like what it was before. Quick look at the setup. Yeah, stuff all over the place. I'm tidying up as I go. I've got the good old faithful Norgie, which is acting as the cooler. So got that chair, Gore-Tex at the ready. Always keep your Gore-Tex on you. And the rest of everything's just scattered about at the moment. But I've just done the washing up, and everything is now nicely drying off. Had a couple of brews this morning, had that poached egg, some porridge, then I decided on another poached egg, why not, bit of bread, and happy days. So I'm going to take a bit of a spin round. But yeah, this Dutch tent was pretty good last night. And the trick with them is So I get asked quite a lot about whether or not they are any good or whether or not they leak. Because it's canvas, you can treat it with Fabsil or no doubt any other similar sort of brands, of course. But one of the best things you can do with these is, because canvas is never really going to, I guess, rot, is to leave them up if you've got the space. Pitch them up outside, leave them up, maybe all year round, and gradually what will happen is the fibres will gradually shrink down, and it will actually make it a bit more waterproof. The only thing to remember is with these, because you got the zip at the bottom, there's always a chance, depending on where the rain is coming from, that you can actually ingress within the tent. There's no real solution to that at all, apart from maybe, as I say, getting a shelter across the top of this. Having said it, the great things, probably pick them up anywhere between £30 and £50 depending on the condition, and if you buy a few of them you can actually zip them all together and just have a whole line. I mean, I've got the metal poles, but again I've just used the old broomstick. Why not? It's never going to fail. And system's been put away, but again, quick look inside, not much to see. Smock, British Army bivvy bag, that's the Snug Pack Harrier 10 3-season sleeping bag, and this was acquired last year, which is an upgrade. So I used to have the brown one, but this is the military sleeping mat there. So these are quite good. It's nice comfortable night's sleep, but you've got the rubber base on these as well, which is brilliant. You can zip both sides as well. So yeah, everything's all been packed away, and that's it. Right, so that's everything tidied up. I'm going to go around. A few more people have arrived, so I'm going to go around and be sociable and have a bit of a chat with people, have a mooch around. I think quite a lot of people have got some gear to buy and gear to sell, so I'm going to see if I can not attempt to come back with more than I left with, but you know, this is the prepper meet, and that's the whole name of the game. Good way to get kit, and certainly a lot better than buying it online. You get to see the stuff in front of you. I've got Funky Preppers set up there, the 9x9 patrol tent with the basher on the side. Got Pete in the middle there, and got Roach, his Land Rover there. I'm going to check that out because he's done some work on that, so going to have a look. It's getting a bit boggy down in that bottom corner as well, apparently. So it's because the field slightly slopes, so if you're too far down you can end up getting a bit waterlogged. And talking of things for sale, I'm going to go and check that chap out, because I can spot kit on a tarp.
Yes, I think it's done on that.
Well, when you see a dog like that walking around, you know who the owner is. The guy who we all know as Armoured Croc Coach. How are you, buddy?
I'm alright, mate. UK Prepper, you're like a super mega star yourself, man.
Oh, but I'll tell you something, you've probably forgotten more than I know, matey.
It's always a two-way street. I'm learning stuff off of people I watch on the tube. Good ideas are a two-way street, you know, and some of the stuff that I do, I've just taken someone else's idea and given it a little bit of a twist. What I've done is I've made it fit my truck, so I've changed the dimensions of it. But very simply, you know, this stores under the lid.
Okay.
The two sides fold in, the drawers close, and the whole thing just pushes into the truck. 40 litre fridge, got a gas bottle, and sink's really important. But I found this little gadget. It's a rechargeable USB. My kind of bug out bag is as is. You know, literally just.
The old faithful Berghaus open.
You know, all I'll do is I'll pick it up and throw it in the car. So if I get somewhere and I haven't got, you know, a spoon or whatever it is, you know, method of lighting fire, or always got something in my bag. Especially on a windy day and stuff like that. Oh my god, I got that circle. Well, that landed on your hat.
Whatever,
Yeah,
it's just,
no.
yeah.
And
Yeah, the other one's sort of like for...
yeah.
But no,
Because that's something else you can just organise it.
yeah.
But this is old, isn't it?
Yeah, I made them so they fit these different
Okay.
things in, sort of like... We've got a variety of colours at the minute, so...
I think
So it's that time again, and it's time for some lunch, time to get some calories back on board after that little walk around. Burnt a few, put a few back on. So today's lunch, nice and easy. Chicken flavoured noodles, and I quite like these ones because 25% less salt, 30% less fat, no artificial colours or preservatives as well. It's always worth, in my opinion, having a look what's on the back of these packets, because none of them are going to be 100% good for you, but I like to know what I'm sort of putting in my body. So nice thing with these as well is that's two, and I did say two, fit nicely into a Crusader mug. So it might seem like a lot, but in my opinion it's better to have a good feed now than not have enough and then have to go through it all again in a little bit. So I'm just boiling up the water in the old faithful camp kettle. Once that's done, pour on, leave 3 minutes. That's as complicated as it gets. So that's UK Prepper Man's lunch today. Right, so I'll just show you a little bit of the kit I've bought in terms of food. Now you saw me having the steak last night, and I used the old faithful Army Norky container. For anyone who's interested, there's the NSN. If you want one of these, you can get these on the surplus market all over the place. Sometimes you can get them with the ladle and the attachments inside. This one didn't. Put the freezer blocks in there. Just got some beers left in there. Bit of milk, kept the steak in there, and it was good. I've always tried to get in the habit of putting, where possible, things like meats in frozen, and then by the time you come to use them, it is all nicely defrosted. It also acts as an additional freezer block. And then the rest of the food I've got in the just a fairly cheap locking box. It's not airtight, but there's nothing in there that warrants it. Bit of a mishmash in here. This is a sort of grab and go box that I have with a few staples in, so when I come to events like this I can just pick this up, chuck it in the back of the car, and it normally lives with the rest of my prep. So we've got some dustbin liners, good heavy duty bin bags, because obviously it leave no trace, as it all should be. I bought a couple of these with me, just these sort of ready to eat civvy equivalents of MREs. Now these ones are quite old, August 2019, but they've been stored in good condition and in correct way, providing you don't keep them in a nice cool place, dry, and preferably in the dark as well. These are good to go. You can eat them or cut them, I probably will. You just knew that there was going to be one of these in here as well. State of that, all day breakfast, that's what you get. To say it's not exactly a low fat, low calorie, low sugar diet this weekend, but having said it, we've got some fruit, it's all good. Noodles, cheap as chips, gotta have the black pepper, tin opener, random cutlery, old faithful gas stove, that's the Coleman F1, which you've seen before. I've had this for, well, quite a few years now. It's good, it works, screws on. I've got a few of these I bought with me because I've seemed to collating half filled ones, so I want to try and get through some of these over the course of the trip. I think that one's almost empty. Got some tin foil, which will come in handy because I've got a couple of potatoes in here which I'm going to bake up in the fire to go with some chilli. And I think tonight's meal is going to be the chicken curry with Mexican rice. Well, you've got to have something with you, haven't you? So we'll a little tot of that as well. I always get asked about this. It's the little egg poacher. I think it's 20 pence from a charity shop. It's just aluminium. Put the egg in there. Happy days. So that's come along with me as well. And then just for a little bit of culture, again from a charity shop, I've bought the little percolator as well. It makes enough just for 1 cup. Some instant coffee and some instant coffee's there, and the filter coffee's there as well. Some utensils there to cook with. A little bit of fire lighting. I'm all for sort of spreading preps around, so not just keeping a fire kit and one fire kit only. I try and sort of have components of the fire kits in as many places as possible. So I've got some pine cones in there. It's always good to have. Bit of rubber inner tube, I've also got some lint somewhere that's come out down at the bottom there. Again, just dry lint, saves using cotton wool. Again, spare batteries, rechargeables. Keeping things a little bit of each kit in other places always helps. Tea bags, more batteries. I've got a mild chicken curry. I couldn't decide if I wanted hot or mild, so I've got both depending on how I feel. It's nice to have a bit of variety. A couple of bananas, and these aren't exactly eco. He says throw them round, but got a couple of these porridge things. Just add water, so instant porridge. Had one for breakfast. So you got golden syrup flavour there. Mixed berry, I think the other one was raspberry and blueberry or something. Very nice. And that's basically it. Obviously the steak was for yesterday as well. Then I've got 3 sundries as well. The Seder cup set I've got with me as well, which you've seen before. But that is pretty much what I brought with me. So I've got enough food there to keep. And so it's just in a nice grab and go box. Just all folds up nicely. That can just get dragged out every time I go on to a base camp. So here we are on my final morning here at the UK Summer Prepper Meet 2021. It's been a fantastic weekend. In truth, I wish I could stop the final night, but I already have some prior commitments on the Monday. So I thought rather than rush, it'd be easier to pack up early today, and then I can have a bit of a leisurely day. Saying some goodbyes, farewells and see you soons, and just having a bit of a chillax. Then I can make my way back home and I'm not in a rush for Monday's activities. But yeah, it's been a fantastic meet. It's been nice to see some familiar faces, and also nice to see some new faces, because there's a lot of new people at this year's meet. And guys, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope everybody had fun. I think certainly we did. I've got everything packed away this morning. I've got my packs and Bergens and everything stowed away nicely. My inch bag, the 72 hour plus Berghaus, and the Get Home bag, the Carry More Sabre 45. I'm going to do some videos on those, because I know you guys like a little bit of unloading videos, so I'm going to go through some of the kit I've got maybe in some future videos, so check back soon for that. But anyway, back to the meet. It's a fantastic night last night. I think everybody enjoyed the social aspects of that in their own ways. And yeah, just fixed myself a brew, got everything aired out and everything, so it's all good. There's nothing worse than packing everything away damp, and then you give yourself problems later on. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please like, share and subscribe at the bottom, and of course any comments, love to hear them. Until next time, thanks for watching, bye for now.